Hey everybody, thanks so much for watching the Arkansas Gun Guy. Today I'm excited to share with you my first review of a Canik firearm, my first really close-up experience with Canik, and this is the Rival SFx. A friend of the channel called me up and said that he had this awesome new firearm. Wanted to know if I wanted to go to the range with him to shoot it, and I did, and I loved it, spoiler alert. And he was also gracious enough to let me borrow it for this review. So there's a lot that comes with this firearm. So I'll take a second to look at what comes in the box, but then spend a lot of time looking just at the firearm itself because it is super. I'm really very impressed with my first time looking or messing with Canik at all. So again, this is the Canik Rival SFx. This is the Rival Gray version with some gold Cerakoted accents. We'll look at it in a second. It looks great. Inside the box, you get this foam insert that has all your documentation in there, your owner's manual and so forth. But then up top in the box, you get cleaning rod, brush, 2 additional back straps, 3 counting the one on the gun itself. You also get this punch tool, which I think operates many things in this firearm, which is a very modular firearm, has lots of modifications you can do to it. And it also has this very cool little gun, which I thought was just a toy or a fun thing. But it turns out this contains all of the screws and bits and reversible mag catches and extra front sights that you would need, all housed in the base of this tiny little gun here. And you actually use the end of the gun there for a tool as well. So very functional, very creative, very nice display. So super impressed on that side of the box. And if I keep going, let me try to hit my camera here. On this side of the box, you have the lock, you have a base plate, which we'll take a look at in a second. I'm sorry, an extended mag well rather, sorry. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 optics plates, and these optics plates are actually really nice steel with great machining on there, not a cheap piece of plastic that you bolt down to. So again, very nicely made optics plates that come on this Canik. You get 2 aluminum base plates for your magazines, and they come with 2 18-round magazines and a mag loader. And forgot to mention, has a holster. So I'm assuming this is a competition type holster. It's a paddle style here. And this is billed as a competition ready firearm. Someone who wants to maybe get into competition shooting but doesn't want to drop several $1,000s on a gun, this is the gun for you. Now, I'll mention the fact that it's ready for IDPA and IPSC. I am not a competition shooter, but I do know someone on the internet who is, and the Humble Marksman did a really good preview of this gun on his channel, talking about all the competition readiness that this gun comes to the table with. So I'll link to his video in the description below. But for now, I just want to take a moment to walk around this awesome gun. And again, first impressions, it looks incredible. I really am so used to black guns or some FDE guns. I've not seen anything in this gray finish. And the gray with the gold accents, I think is absolutely stunning. The design on the firearm is good. Actually, I think it's great. I love all the features on here. But it's a competition-ready gun. It's a big gun. It's got a 5-inch barrel in here. It's just over 8 inches long and about 1.4 inches wide and 5.7 inches tall, and weighs a scant 29.5 ounces for a big gun, a very lightweight gun. So it's a full-size guy, but it was a pleasure to shoot. When I took it to the range, right out of the gate, I was shooting very accurate, tight groups. So for me, that's unusual. So whether it is the grip angle, the sight radius, this awesome trigger we'll look at, or all those things combined, it really is a gun that made me look way better than I really am at the range. So let's see. If I just kind of start at the front and look at it, you do have the fiber optic front sight up here. And I believe it did come with extra in case you needed that. And then as you go to the back, you've got this serrated blacked out rear sight. So the sight picture, which may be hard to capture on camera, is actually quite good. You can kind of see on both sides of the target there. So very good sight radius on there, and you can see it is driftable, or you can adjust in and out, and adjustable for windage and elevation in the back as well. Now, the gun itself on the slide has several cutouts for weight savings, but also some really nice serrations that are very easy to manipulate. So easy to get hold of the gun very well. I'll start with the serrations on the bottom. It's very unusual, very nice touch on this overhang here. You see you've got cutouts there for weight savings. as well as kind of exposed barrel here on the side. Get down so you can see that. And some more cutouts here, here, and here. So all for weight reduction, I suppose. And the styling of the gun is just first class. If you can just see the way this is cut in here, it is excellent. My first Canik gun I've spent time with. I'm really impressed with how well it's made for supposedly a more budget level gun. This is made nicer than many guns I have that are considered premium guns. Even has some like texturing or fluting there on the barrel. I'm not sure if that's functional or just aesthetic, but it does look nice, as well as some details on the barrel hood here that kind of blends in with the firearm. So it's just a very well made from first impressions firearm. On the back, you do have your striker indicator. So drop out the 18-round magazine, by the way. And if you see, the firearm is cocked. Once you pull the trigger, it is no longer cocked. So you have that. You do have ambi slide stop slide catch, again in this serrated gold accent, which is really nice. Also love these index points on this side and this side. I'm seeing more firearms now. Really good index point for your finger or for your support hand. So very nice details. Almost forgot the pick rail. So pretty much a full pick rail on here. And then you also have texturing on the front of the trigger guard in case you wrap your fingers around there. And I guess they call this a double undercut on the bottom. You've got a little bit of an undercut here and then a nice deep undercut there. So it's very easy to get a good purchase on the firearm. So again, everything just feels good about this firearm. Again, texturing on the grip, first class. It is definitely grippy enough, but not painful grippy. Give it on the front strap and the two side panels. Again, the back is removable. A small, medium, and large. You drive that push pin out and put on different back straps. So very customizable as well. Just again, all the stuff that comes with this gun, and their MSRP on it, I think is $650-ish, maybe high 600s. You get way more of that in value for all the stuff you get. It's way better value than anything else I have that's made this well. So very impressed with that. The other big thing I've always heard about Canik, actually before I get the triggers, you have a very nice oversized reversible mag release there. And again, I know a lot of these competition guns have the oversized mag release, but it doesn't seem to hinder anything. I've had no trouble actuating it, and it's not been in the way. Again, it is reversible, it looks like, but they do come with a smaller one, but I will leave that one on there. It looks great, and again, it works very well. But the trigger, you've got this flat-faced aluminum trigger that breaks at 90 degrees, and you have your safety dingus in there as well. So if you don't press the dingus, you can't pull the trigger. But the trigger on this thing is, I didn't do the measurements. I've read it's about 4.5 pound trigger, but you do have a small bit of take up here. Oh my God, and it's a really clean break. So I've always read about Canik triggers. I've heard people talk about them, but that was a very clean break, and the reset is nothing. It wasn't even a millimeter. So this reset feels as good as the Langdon Tactical trigger I paid a lot of money for. That is, wow, that is just a fantastic trigger. So again, I always heard Canik triggers are awesome, but it breaks right at 90 degrees, and it is very clean with a crazy great reset. So love the trigger. Again, for me, I'm an okay shooter. I took this to range and I was shooting the same hole over and over constantly with this gun at 7 yards. Just really easy to shoot very well. So if you're in the market for a competition gun, first time you want to learn about competition shooting, I think this one's ready to go right out of the box. Again, I'll link the Humble Marksman video in my description below to kind of talk about all the different categories it can participate in. To look inside there, because I was also curious about the make of Canik and how they compare to other firearms. So I believe this is like a Glock takedown. So pull the tabs down, it slides right off the top. Inside here, again, you can see very nicely made. The steel insert looks really nice. Again, good craftsmanship all the way down. Very well made. And then inside the slide, you have a steel guide rod. So good weight on there as well. I think that helps balance the gun. And here's your 5-inch barrel, which is a great looking barrel. Again, lots of detail on here. Look at all the details on this guy. So Canik, my first impressions of the brand is really good. I am very impressed with this firearm. And inside here, you can look at the build quality. This is a gun that costs probably half as much, if not less than half, of comparable guns. So wow. Again, this is my first experience with Canik. I would love to hear from you guys, the Canik experts out there. What do I not know about Canik? What should I know about Canik? Or do you have good experience with Canik? And again, I would love your feedback. People who are researching guns, read your comments, and I think find value there as they try to make their purchase decisions. So let's see if I can get back on camera without embarrassing myself here. So again, we'd love to hear your feedback on Caniks in general. If you've been happy with them, and how's the reliability? We shot maybe 400 rounds through this gun over the weekend, and it was flawless all the way through. Very easy to reassemble. So again, obviously very excited about this Canik SFx Rival. Just can't get over how awesome it is, especially for the price. So please let me know your thoughts on Canik and the SFx Rival. We'd love to hear your feedback. For me, first impressions are really good. I can't wait to spend a little more time with this gun before I give it back. I don't want to give it back. Maybe I'll add this to my collection as well, because I think I need one of these. What do you think? Let me know. As always, thanks so much for watching my channel. Really appreciate y'all.